So here I'm using the Algo Laser Delta to cut out the wing ribs. I'm cutting about a 1/32 sheet, and I'm going to laminate them together to make 1/16, and they'll be stronger for the size of rib they are. And I've already cut out the 1/16 root rib. This is a bit of an experiment because this is 1/32, and well, seems to be doing a pretty good job. Saves an awful lot of cutting out. Let me show you the screen. That's what I've got set up. I've also got a little surprise at the end of the cut when it's finished the ribs. I'll show you what that is in a minute. Just got to cut through these first. Alright, it'll be coming up very soon now. Remember, this is the Hangar aeroplane, rubber powered free flight. There we go. What's it cutting out? It's going to be 2 of them, and you're not going to see them until they're fully revealed. Any second. 3, 2, 1, and reveal. Ta-da! The pilots. They're rats. At least it will be when they got their little eyes and nose painted on. So there we are, guys. There's our wing ribs cut out. Superb. Okay, guys, welcome back to the channel. This one's going to be it's the hairdresser for the wife. I can see her on the little camera. Listen. Hello. Yes. There we go. Okay, as I was saying, this video is going to be about building the seagulls are making a noise. Well, I'm going to shut this door because they're very loud as well. Okay, let me start again. Hi guys. Last Sunday we were down at Wynnard's Perch doing our indoor flying, and several of the guys have got a little model called the Hangar. I've made a very controlled 160% bigger version of the Hangar, which is great fun. But they fly free flight rubber, and it's a lovely little aeroplane, and it flies for well, upwards of a minute if you trim it up nice. So we've got one more meeting before the December meeting. The December meeting, they have a little fly off of Hangar, so it's all launch at once, and last one down is the winner. Just a bit of fun. And so I said, do you know what, I'm going to build a Hangar and enter the December competition. So it's still 8 weeks away, so I'm starting it today. Now my wife comes with me, Sal, and she quite enjoys watching and stuff, but it would be fun to get her involved. So I'm going to build 2 Hangar. She can have one and I'll have one. I'm going to start the Hangar build today, so let me angle you down and you can see what I'm doing. But one of the guys, instead of cutting the ribs out of 1/16, he cut them out of 1/32 and joined them. And the benefit of that is because you end up with a much stronger rib because it's a lamination. So I've cut out all of these ribs, not by hand, on the Algo Delta laser. And look at that. I've cut out the little pilots as well, they're rats. But I mean, look at that. You couldn't cut that, could you? Just beautiful. And quite strong actually. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? How flexible it is, isn't it? Who'd have thought it? Gorgeous. Anyway, so I'm trying to work out the best way of laminating these together. I've watered down some speed bond. I'm thinking that maybe if I just tried to put them together, it would glue before they're accurately placed. So I'm wondering if I can sort of just put some, sort of do half and half. I don't know if this is going to work actually. Here's a little piece of balsa wood. If I put that in there, like that, wedge it open, and then sort of, don't know if this is watered down too much. We shall find out, won't we? So that's half done. So far so good. You saw how strong the piece of paper that piece of balsa they came from. So these are reasonably strong. So you can sort of take liberties a little bit, not too much. Okay. Yeah. Look at that. So now I've ended up with a 1/16 rib, which is really strong. That's the theory. So I'm thinking this needs to be weighed down. Let me get my... I've got a nice long weight here. Nice long weight. I'm laughing because a long weight is what you send the apprentice down to the stores for. And he asks for a long weight, and he's there hours just waiting. Ask me how I know. Anyway, that's one done. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to do there. 5 on each wing. That's 10 per aeroplane, because this wing, the root rib is 1/16. So I'll continue here, and I'll come back to you when I've got all these lovely little ribs made up. Designed by H. Barr, by the way. One set of ribs done here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's, I can spread these now on each wing panel. I've only got one wing panel, so I'll have to make them up one at a time. I've selected a couple of bits of wood. This is about, I think it's 3/32 by 1/8, but I can sand it down if necessary. I've cut it over length so I can put a pin through either side. I'm just thinking I might assemble it with CA and leave it at that. Oh, there is one thing I haven't done. I made the dihedral jig, which I will need before I get too carried away. There's plenty of videos on YouTube on building the hangar rat. One that springs to mind is Joshua Finn's. It's not a very good one, which he then trims to fly in his living room. Lightness is the key to these aeroplanes. They'll all fly. Some will fly a lot better than others. Right, I think we're there. So we can lift that one from the board. Definitely hold down the item you're unpinning on this one. All I've got to do is to saw this off and put the gussets in, but I think I'll do it in reverse order. I'll put the gussets in first and then saw off the overhangs. But I'll do that all in one go. So that's one done. So I'm going to carry on with this one, guys, and I'll be back very soon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the root rib. Don't forget now, of course, the root rib is on the left hand end. Right, the ends are trimmed off, the gussets are in, so they will glue on together there when the time comes, when they're covered. There's a wing. It'll take long. Obviously I've got to sand the leading and trailing edges to a better section yet. Quite a bit to come off the leading edge. That's one wing made. I'm now going to make the second wing, and then I'll come back and we'll maybe make some tail feathers or fuselage or something. I haven't filmed this, guys, because it's nothing to film really, just sticking together some sticks. But there we go. I've used CA. I'm just tidying up the ends now, like this, and then I'll show you what I've been doing. What I've built is 2 tailplanes, 2 fins. So we've got 2 pairs of wings, 2 tailplanes, 2 fins. Right, next job is the fuselage, and That is 14 3/4 inches overall. The main stick is 1/8 by 3/8, and it tapers down to the tailplane. You'll notice that this piece of wood isn't long enough. Hopefully you can see that. You'll notice that this piece of wood isn't long enough, which is a shame because it's a lovely bit of wood. But I dug out this piece, which is 1/8 by 1/2 inch, which I'm going to cut down. And it's plenty long enough to make two, and it's pretty much straight as a die. Quite a hard piece of wood, so I'm not going to try and go through it in one strike. Go through in several. Another one like that. Now I'm just going to clean that up. It's coming together now. I've got some metal work to bend. Rear hook for the rubber motor, of course. Undercarriage and wheels, of course. And struts. Cabane, which is 1/16 by 1/8. And there's a strut that goes out to the wingtip somewhere. Well, not literally the wingtip, down the edge of the wing. So I've got a lot of sanding to do for the leading and trailing edges, and struts to cut. I can make these as a separate entity. Got to make this little cabane assembly. Really, that needs to be made out of fairly stiff wood. Okay, so there's my cabane assembly. So now that will sit nicely over the fuselage. It's got to be worth marking, that fuselage, I would have thought. In fact, essentially I have marked it because that little pencil line is the cabane position. Let's just cut off the surplus a minute. Another thing I'm going to do is just sand at the front of these to get them a little bit more streamlined. So that's going to glue on there like that, and then that will pinch the wing either side on the two centre ribs. So I've got my undercarriages, got the cabanes, got the fuselages, I've got the wings sanded, they're ready to go. Broke the ribs a few times, not too many. So they're ready to cover. The tail feathers are sanded. So there's two aeroplanes there. Next job is to cover the tail, well, cover the surfaces, just the propeller to make, and that little 1/32 rudder put on the back. I'm going to cover it with tissue, and you don't dope the tissue because it will damage the structure. So you just leave it undoped, which is fine because I won't be flying it out of doors particularly anyway. And I've got some tissue I picked up the other day. I won't say what it is yet. I'll find it and see if it's usable. But it's very unusual. It's got an embossed logo into it, but it is actually tissue wrapping paper for crockery. So that would be interesting. So I'm going to get that out and see how it looks. It's basically white, and I'll get my coloured tissue out and we'll see what else I can come up with. If you enjoy in this video, give the video a thumbs up, and it'll help with the algorithm and help to promote the video to other mortals like us. Okay guys, I've got some lovely glittery tissue here. And I just sprayed the tailplane and fin with contact adhesive. Now I'm going to pop that precisely on there to save me trimming it. And I've got it upside down because I want to, and this I want the glittery bits on the top, and this has this is going to be covered just on the left hand side, and the tailplane is covered just on the top surface. There we go. I need that. So that's the tailplane and fin covered. Let's just trim it out of there. This isn't going to be shrunk. It would distort the frame too much. I'm not taking it around the corners. It's just top surface. So there we are. And it's, can you see that glittering? Gift wrap paper. I think I picked it up last Christmas. It's quite snazzy, doesn't it? It's very, very light. You could use glue stick or any paste or watered down PVA, whatever you want. Now I've got to glue that onto there. I might just run a little line of pinpricks down there to give the glue something to sort of key into a little bit. I mean, glitter aside, it's actually quite an attractive blue, isn't it? In its own right. So I'm going to go and spray these frames, and starting on the leading edge I'm going to place it down like that and then just roll it on like that. So I'll start with the leading edge and I'm just going to lay it on like that, sort of roll it. Like that. Very gentle on these ribs. Same with this. I'm going to come away from the rib just a little bit because it'd be nice to wrap that tissue just around that rib slightly. There might be some overspray on there. Keep your knife blade at a low angle and it won't tear the tissue if it's going to. Okay, apart from sticking that edge down, that's what a wing looks like. It does look kind of odd not being tightened out, but this structure just won't take it, so that's quite acceptable. Nothing wrong with that. So I'll do the other wing, guys, and I'll come back to you and then we can finish them off and join them up. That's one aeroplane covered. Now the other one, I dug out some rather delicious looking purple tissue. I think you'll agree. Looks rather stunning. I've also got, so it's only gift wrap tissue. I've also got some rather special white tissue here. What's so special about it, you say? It's actually what was gift wrapping my National Trust mugs we bought earlier in the year from the National Trust. If you don't know what National Trust is in the UK, it's a national charity who look after a lot of our old mansions and big old houses, and they have a little shop where you can buy stuff. Well, this has got the National Trust oak leaves embossed into it. I don't know how they do it. More visible that side. Just wondering if I should cover my wing in that. You won't see the benefit of it till you hold it up to the light. Then you can see all the, in fact there's acorns as well. It's rather nice. So that could be nice, but then again I could do a two-tone wing, sort of with the outer panels possibly in purple and the inner panels in white. To do that though, I'd have to join this tissue. The easiest thing would be to try and join it, glue it together as an unglued piece. So if I'm going to join it there, I'll join it on this cut edge. So I need 3 panels width. Yeah, you won't get the benefit of this until it's held up to the light. Double panel going out. Again, I'll use a nice edge here. Let's just put that on a piece of plastic, save it sticking. And then spray the frame and then use that as one big piece. this is hot still. I'll dry it, so we go. That looks quite nice. It's just occurred to me that that's got to be exactly over a rib, hasn't it, to make it only parallel to the rib. Okay, let's give that a go. Good, that is good, good, good. Right, I'll do the edges in a minute. I just want to get this one on about there. Yeah, good. Coming slightly wider to come around the edge of the leading and trailing edge, just to tidy it up a little bit. So that going to stick or not. So next time we go down to Winard's perch, we should be trimming out these little beauties, assuming I haven't had an opportunity to fly it locally indoors. And I just want to join in the all up last down competition. Now I'm told that if you can get your model to be flying for over a minute, you stand a very good chance. That is assuming it hasn't had a mid-air collision and has completely ruined the flight path. Pretty going around. I think that's quite nice with the two-tone. You can't see. There you go. What about that? There's some acorns there and oak leaves. That looks okay. And basically, a bit of white glue, join them together and put a couple of pegs on. We'll put the rest, the rest on there, focusing on the end grain of the two pieces. Quite important to make sure they're absolutely parallel. So they certainly look like they are. There we go. We'll let that dry, guys. I'll do the other one, and then we'll do the next part of the build. Okay, so stuck on the fins, and there's my wings. And next thing up is going to be the propeller. The propeller is a paddle blade. So you've got a 3-inch hub. The 2 outer inches are cut at the angle to take the prop, which is just 1/32 sheet with a little stiffener. And so fairly easy to make. Just got to find a bearing to match the piece of wire I'm going to use, and we'll be in business. But doesn't that look nice? Look at that. I've got a reverse S hook which I've bent up, and a Z hook which I've bent up. Both of these are designed to keep the rubber motor on the hook and not riding up and coming off. Oh, I've also bent up some pair of bearings, fiddly little devils. Now I'm going to bind this part to the front of the fuselage, and that will bear in there, and then I've just got to put might cut that one a bit short, I don't know, we'll see. I've got to put a little bead on there or something, and then slide on the finished propeller, which I haven't made yet. Got to glue them together, got to drill a hole through there, slide that on there, and then bend that over and glue it to the glue it into here, but it's got to be bent round and back on itself to go into the prop, but I don't know if it's going to be long. I'm going to wind this cotton thread on, round and round we'll go. Now I'm going to have to add nose weight, so it doesn't matter how much cotton I put on really. Let's just flood some CA on there now, and hopefully it'll bind to it. So you can't really put on too much because it's going to need nose weight, so may as well put the weight on where it's going to be useful. Now that will go in from the back like that. So it's got a bit of down thrust, not a great deal, but it's infinitely adjustable on the two prongs. I can bend them forward or back, and there's our down thrust built in. And I've got a nice little bit of right thrust as well. Not sure if you can see that, just coming back towards me a little bit. Okay, I've successfully drilled a hole down through the middle of this and sleeved it off with a piece of this PTFE tubing, and it seems to spin pretty well. Demonstrate, reasonably true. Quite pleased with that, very pleased actually. And now it's time to fit the blades. Now there's a little strip on the front here to stop it splitting, apparently that's the reason, and that goes on the front of the propeller, although I don't have a back or a front at the moment, but I've got some guidelines on the wrong side, so as long as it's on the bottom and parallel to there like that, I think I can safely say let's glue it on. You wouldn't think a sort of a paddle like that would have much effect on the flight, but it is actually quite good. Well, that one's definitely heavier, isn't it? Extraordinary, look at that. I can only imagine that that hole isn't exactly centre. Does look to be slightly off to one side. Don't know how that happened. So I'm going to have to lighten that up a bit. I think the easiest way to do it would be to shave it off of here a bit. Slightly better, it's coming down that. Let's do that a bit more then, shall we? Of course, the closer to the tip it is, the more effective the weight will be. Pretty well balanced. Oh, there's a bead. Let's have a look. Quite a big bead. So it's going to pull onto the band, is going to pull that tight. Okay, I'm just pressing on with finishing this one, guys. I've just put so I've done a sort of CG check, and as I thought the CG needs to be a bit further, the CG is a bit too far back. If I put the wing in the position where it's designed, which is there, it's even worse. But if I go back half an inch, it brings it forward a bit. So I'm going to go back about half an inch. It'll give me a little bit more nose in front of the CG. I've also bent up another undercarriage wire, a bit heavier than the other one, which was a bit of fun. So this will also help the centre of gravity. Can't put it too far forward because it'll interfere with the rubber motor, but even this far forward it makes a bit of a difference, so the rubber motor has to pass between the undercarriage legs, of course. I've glued the cabane on at the top. I've just done a quick measure. The leading edge has to be 1/8 of an inch higher than the trailing edge, which is why the front cabanes are a little bit longer. Okay, I've bound on the rear hook, stuck on the rear skid, put Mr. Hangar rat in place, bound on the undercarriage, So all I've got to do now is put on the wing, and it's done. All bar nose weight, of course. I think what I'll do is just put on a blob of CA just on the bottom edge here, and then measure it just to make sure things are where they should be. Should be 1/8 of an inch higher up. Actually, it's not finished because I've got the struts to make yet. So that's 2 inches. So that front should be 2 1/8, which it is. Okay. So the wing is 1/2 inch further back. It'll make a small difference on the CG, but the reason I've not covered it in plastics because I want to enter it into the little end of year fly off, and it's supposed to be built as per instructions. So that's tissue covered with no strengthening. Okay, that's that glued on. Look at that. Now, if I remember correctly, Joshua Finn cut his struts to 6 1/4 inches. If you want to alter the flight pattern slightly, instead of putting trim tabs on it, just break the strut connection at the back and glue it in a slightly different place, and that will give you the wing warp required. Strut wise, I need 1/8 per 16th, I think they reckon. Just let that. Let that just flash off a sec. Let's put the other ones on. Okay. Right, that's all 4 struts in at the bottom end. Just got to now put a little bit of epoxy. Sorry, just got to put a little bit of CA at the top end, and it can be my adjuster. Now, the port wing looks pretty much spot on. The starboard wing just wants to be lifted at the trailing edge slightly. Just need to glue it slightly further back, so we twist the wing just slightly. Oops, this one here, got to be so careful now. That one there, little blob on there. There we are, guys, that's one finished. Let's crack on with the other one, get that one done. I've got some rubber on its way now. I need a 36-inch loop of 1/8. That is what everyone flies on, and it's going to be fun to let it go. The rubber has arrived from Mike Woodhouse Supplies in the UK. FAI tan rubber. I got 1/8 and water supply 3/32 as well. Now, for the hanger wrap, you measure out 36 inches, tie a knot in the back. I usually just tie a knot, make it wet, tie a knot, pull it nice and tight, and then just a little blob of super glue at the back that holds it lovely. And I've cut the tails off. At the front, I've got, I'll show you actually, got a little bag somewhere. Here we are. I bought a bag of these little, like hair for doing ponytails or something. They're these little, like silicone elastic bands. These are 15mm. But anyway, just put it on, wind it around a few times, and then you get that. And I'm going to lubricate it now, and then when it's lubricated and fitted to the model, I'm going to pull that up tight to the hook so it doesn't come off. And that's it. To wind the model, unhook at the back, put your winder on, and obviously you've got to secure your model. And you lubricate it by lubrication, rubber lubricator. There's different things on the market. This is what Mike Woodhouse sells. Get it nice and lubricated. I think Dow Corning 33 is another lubricant, but you'll have to do your research on that.
you can make your own lubricant as well, but you can't use 3-in-1 or oil or anything like that because it attacks the rubber. I think that'll do. I've also bought some silicone tubing from Mike, and you put that around the hook to just give the rubber motor a little bit of cushioning, if you like. Anyway, so just hook it on the back, and that's basically it. Let's just turn you up a bit. There we go. So I'm just going to hold this back. I've got 2 different hooks for the 2 different hanger rats. They're both designed for the rubber motor not to come off. The other thing you have to be aware of is when you put a hook in the back, or even hook on the front, make sure there's enough clearance for the rubber motor against the fuselage, otherwise it's going to be binding on it, and that will affect your flight. Right, that's 200. It's interesting to see it's roughly knotted all the way down now. Not that it should come off. Okay, 200 winds. Well, it's not squeaking. One thing I haven't done is check the CG, which is just there. So I need some nose weight. The nose weight you can fine tune once the model is flying a little bit more. On this model I moved the wing back 1/2 inch, so it's only a rough estimate of where it needs to be. And I'll link to that video of the trimming and what have you and having fun at the end of this video when it's done. So there we are. That's about balancing. You can't balance it till you got the motor on, and because there's a little bit of rubber behind the CG on this one for the minute. But we'll see how we get on with that. Here's the other one we built, and I'm going to do the same again. I've already lubricated the motor, so it's just probably a case of putting some silicone around the hook, silicone tube that is, and I may have to pair a little bit of balsa at the bottom of the fuselage there, because with the silicone on that's going to rub.
Ready.
Okay, so I'll just pair a little bit out of there just to clear that, and that'll be ready to go as well. So there you have it, guys. That's how we play around with rubber motors. I'll see you at Winard's Perch for the indoor trimming. It's going to be a lot of fun, and yeah, thanks for watching. Give the video a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe. You don't know what you're going to miss if you don't subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Cheers, 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 cheers. That's great, isn't it? It's great. Now the camera stopped rolling, I can be my normal self. Cheers, Cliff. Cheers. Cheers, mate. Yeah, cheers, cheers, cheers. Oh, it's still rolling. What have I done? We go then, guys, in what has quickly become photograph corner. My 2 hanger rats. What can I say? Yeah, they're slightly different hook setups. This is a reverse S hook. Can't really see it if I get down there. And this one's a Z hook, Z bend hook. There's not much between them. They're just ready to go. You can download the Hangar Rat plan on AutoZone and make your own. Otherwise, watch out for the maiden flight trimmings and what have you. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit the little subscribe button if you're not already. Otherwise, give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.